Modernism. Overview. Modernism primarily spanned from the 1900s to the 1950s. It signaled a deliberate break with tradition, heavily influenced by World War I. Writers believed in portraying the world as they saw it, reflecting feelings of alienation and disconnection. The concept of acting good to be good was debunked, leading to a sense of directionlessness. Values and crisis of modernity. The crisis of modernity questioned how humanity could find identity in a rapidly advancing world. Authors often grappled with existential crises, leading to a form of nihilism, which concludes that life is meaningless and purposeless. Modernists preferred portraying reality, even if bleak, over idealized concepts. Influential authors. Key modernist authors include William Carlos Williams, Virginia Woolf, Ernest Hemingway, T.S. Eliot, and F. Scott Fitzgerald. Writing style. Modernist writing ignored tradition and embraced experimentation. It used a disjointed style to mirror the dysfunction of society. Words were used in unconventional ways, such as using nouns as adjectives and verbs as nouns. The focus was on the loss of tradition and the dominance of technology, with a psychological emphasis. Stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness is a writing technique that depicts a character's thoughts, feelings, and reactions in a continuous flow, without interruption by objective description or conventional dialogue. It provides an individual point of view and delves into the character's inner monologue. Art. The modernist movement gained momentum after the Armory Show of 1913, which showcased new forms of European art. Modernists aimed to capture the essence of Marcel Duchamp's Nude Descending a Staircase. The avant-garde, characterized by experimental, radical, or unorthodox works, became a hallmark of modernist art. In response to the war's brutality, artists abandoned intellect for intuition in their works, depicting the world as observed. The Harlem Renaissance. Overview. The Harlem Renaissance was an intellectual, social, and artistic explosion of African American culture centered in Harlem, Manhattan, New York City in the 1920s. Expressed through paintings, music, dance, theater, and literature. Location. Harlem is a neighborhood in Manhattan, New York City. Context. During the Harlem Renaissance, there was widespread segregation, the Prohibition era, and the Great Migration. The Great Migration refers to the movement of Black Americans from the rural South to the industrial centers of the North, particularly New York City, due to economic opportunities. Impact on history. The Harlem Renaissance redefined how Americans and the world understood African American culture. It integrated Black and white cultures and marked the beginning of Black urban society. Set the stage for the civil rights movement of the 1950s and 60s. Notable figures. Langston Hughes is known as the founding father of the Harlem Renaissance. Other notable authors and poets include Claude McKay and Zora Neale Hurston. Notable musicians of the era were Louis Armstrong, Billie Holiday, Cab Calloway, and Duke Ellington. Cab Calloway and Cotton Club. Cab Calloway was an American jazz singer and dancer who headlined at the Cotton Club and was known for scat singing. Minnie the Moocher was the first single song by an African American to sell 1 million records. The Cotton Club was a New York nightclub operating from 1923 to 1940 during Prohibition, and it was a whites-only establishment designed to perpetuate negative African American stereotypes. Postmodernism in American literature and culture. Key concepts and historical influences. Background of postmodernism. Historical context. Postmodernism emerged after World War II, marking a significant shift in cultural and artistic expression. The end of World War II in 1945 set the stage for a new era characterized by rapid social and political changes in the United States. Key influences include the Vietnam War, Watergate scandal, and the Cold War, which shaped public perception and artistic themes. Cultural influences. The civil rights movement and the second wave of feminism played crucial roles in challenging societal norms and inspiring postmodern thought. The space race symbolized technological advancement and competition, influencing literature and art with themes of exploration and existentialism. The rise of pop culture, including music festivals like Woodstock and the emergence of television, reflected changing societal values and the quest for identity. Major themes in postmodernism. Postmodernism often contrasts with modernism, emphasizing fragmentation, irony, and questioning of objective truths. The concept of the anti-hero is prevalent, showcasing characters who defy traditional heroic qualities, as seen in figures like Walter White from Breaking Bad. Metafiction and magical realism are significant styles, blending reality with fantastical elements, encouraging readers to reflect on narrative construction. Postmodernism versus modernism. Key differences. Modernism is characterized by a search for meaning and truth, while postmodernism embraces ambiguity and multiple interpretations. Modernist works often focus on a linear narrative, whereas postmodernist literature frequently employs nonlinear storytelling and fragmented plots. The role of the author changes. In postmodernism, the author is less of an authority, allowing readers to derive their own meanings. Literary techniques. Postmodern authors utilize irony, playfulness, and dark humor to engage readers and critique societal norms. Open interpretations are encouraged, allowing for diverse readings of texts and themes. Reality-based narratives often address political and social issues, reflecting the complexities of contemporary life. Major authors and works. Influential postmodern authors. Toni Morrison. Known for her exploration of African American identity and history, blending realism with lyrical prose. Jack Kerouac. A key figure in the Beat generation, his works often reflect themes of spontaneity and the search for meaning. Joyce Carol Oates. Her diverse body of work often delves into the darker aspects of human nature and societal issues. Notable works and their impact. Allen Ginsberg's Howl challenged societal norms and censorship, becoming a defining work of the Beat generation. Kurt Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse-Five employs time travel and absurdity to critique war and human existence. These authors have significantly influenced contemporary literature, shaping the discourse around identity, culture, and morality.